Hello and welcome to this channel about cryptocurrency education. Today I'd like to talk about Quant. I talked about Quant before on this channel and I really want to summarize everything and really point you towards that cryptocurrency. Bear in mind, nothing here is financial advice. I always only talk about my opinion, and you should always do your own research before investing, because eventually we're all adults here, and otherwise you couldn't invest in crypto anyway, and then we should be able to make our own decisions. So all I can do is give you some insights, trigger some thoughts, and hopefully you take that and make your own decisions. Now this article I've got open here is from November 2020 actually. And the Quant token had a really low price back then. And the person writing that article had made some really good points and talked about why Quant has the potential to be an incredible long-term investment. And I still believe Quant can be an incredible long-term investment today. And the article talked about that this Quant is an opportunity like, you know, investing early in Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, and Google. You don't find these opportunities very often. And I believe, you know, Cardano is an opportunity like that, because most of the time I talk about Cardano on this channel, but Quant certainly is one of these as well. And maybe, you know, maybe even a bigger one. The reason I say that is Quant is considered to be a network of networks. They are working on an Overledger. So Quant is a London-based company, and they really want to connect everything. So you've got companies working with different databases, and most companies now, or many companies, move over to blockchain-based databases or ledgers, and instead of traditional databases. The problem that you now have is when different companies work together, you know, everybody has their own blockchain, everybody has their own ledger, different standards. And Quant works on this Overledger solution, which will be able to connect everything. They have great partners. One of them is Amazon. And they talk to governments, they talk to central banks, you know, they have a great network, and that is reflected in the price. And if you haven't followed the Quant price, look at that. I talked about Quant. When did I talk about Quant? I talked about Quant on this channel. Where's the video? 1 month ago. Don't really know when that date was. I would need to open that video now, but 1 month ago, let's just assume it was the beginning of July. So I talked about Quant here somewhere where it was at around $70, and we could already see at least a 2x from there now. And I talked about Quant. I should have talked about it earlier. I started to invest in Quant earlier this year. Not here, unfortunately, but somewhere here in February, when it was something like $40. And like with all my cryptos, I've been cost averaging Quant. So I've got a very nice average price. I'm really happy about my gains now. They are not massive because I have only started to invest in February, but it is a great cryptocurrency with a lot of potential. And clearly the market has recognized that. And hopefully when you saw that video a month ago, hopefully you made your own decision and you started to invest as well. But obviously that is your own decision. I also talked about Algorand, by the way. I also talked about Aave. I talked about Theta. I talked about Travala, Solana, IOTA. And I talked about the Internet Computer ICP and IOST. But for me personally, of all these, Quant and ICP, for me, have the potential to change the world. So they are my two, I would say, secret cryptos that I invest in, quite a lot into actually, in addition to Cardano. Yes, I'm also invested in Bitcoin, even though I don't really buy anything anymore. I'm also invested in Travala, for example. I think Travala has a great potential as well. But Travala, you know, it doesn't really have the potential to change the world. There is a great use case for it, but I don't think that Travala can change the world. Whereas I believe Quant definitely could with their Overledger, because it will connect everything. And, you know, I won't go into the details anymore about how Quant works. I talked about it in that video. You can check it out. Now, is it too late to buy Quant now? Well, I've got a personal how do you say? I've got something I always stick to, and that is never buy at an all-time high. So I have actually stopped to cost average Quant now, because I've been doing it for a while now, and now it's jumped that significantly that I believe there must be, as there always is, there must be a slight correction at some point. I will see how it's going, and then I will, if it stays in that level, I will continue to purchase on a monthly basis. But if it's, I don't know, if it drops, of course I will invest a bit more. But I don't really want to buy at an all-time high. I try to avoid it at all costs, because even now, yeah, there was a slight correction, but not much. So I will just wait a couple of days just to see how it's going. But looking long term, I don't think it makes a great difference, because I see Quant with 5 digits easily. Yeah, I said at the time in that video 50x, and I believe in the next 5 years that could be really possible. Again, that's only my personal opinion. So, and also one thing to point out, I mean, look at the Bitcoin price chart. Most cryptos are really related to the, and we go to the year-to-date chart. Most cryptos are really related to the Bitcoin price. Quant, however, has managed to decouple itself. So let's just look at the price from, let's just look at price from June or end of May, where Bitcoin has been sliding sideways, even losing value, yeah, until now the 20th of July, where it's increased again. But let's just take a look at Quant from, where did we say the beginning of June? I think the beginning of June. It's just increased in value since then, right? There have been drops, yes, good opportunities to purchase, but there is a positive trend. There has actually been a positive trend since the 1st of January, and now obviously a massive price increase. A price increase to that degree we couldn't see in Bitcoin. Look at that comparison, completely decoupled, and that just shows the potential. So maybe that new bull run here that's starting, maybe that is the bull run of these, coins like ICP, like Quant, because both of them have managed to decouple themselves from the Bitcoin price. So I just want to give you some food for thought here. Make your own judgments, come to your own conclusions. But I will continue to invest in Quant, even though now I will wait a little bit. I just want to see how the price develops. If it shoots up further, I will probably not invest, because this is a new all-time high. I always want to wait until there are slight corrections. I think this increase is not sustainable in the short run, at least. I always try to get a good price still, even though I do cost averaging, but that's just too much for me. But we will see. I mean, I'm quite happy now with the profits I've made, but I will keep hold of Quant. I'm not planning to sell. I think this is still a good price, even though it has increased quite dramatically. So come to your own conclusions by all means. And if you invest in the long run, as I do, price differences like these don't really matter, because if you invest for 4 or 5 years, at that point, maybe Quant is even, maybe we have even, yeah, 4, definitely 4, but maybe even 5 digits. Right, let me know what you think about Quant. I hope you liked the video. If you did, then please smash the like button. And if you want to follow me on this crypto journey, please subscribe to the channel. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye.